What's up guys, welcome back to the Backyard Dad YouTube channel. In today's video we are talking about the second generation Tundra, specifically the 2019 to 2021 Tundra is the last of these great trucks. They did not come with a factory installed transmission cooler. I actually added that here in my green truck, and we're going to talk about kind of the before and the after, the temperatures that I'm seeing both with towing, without towing. Compare those to my work truck that doesn't have any transmission cooler at all. If you're new to the channel, check out some of my other videos. If this isn't kind of in your wheelhouse right now, there are other ways you can go about towing with these trucks, both in S4 and S5 mode, right? You can lock the transmission into those gear settings. Also, you can change your transmission fluid more frequently. I've got a video on how to do that also on the channel. But let's dive right into the details. We'll talk about the hows, the whys, talk about those temperatures that I'm seeing now with the added cooler on this truck. So appreciate you joining me. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so under the hood, the basic premise here is we are adding another small radiator to the front of these trucks where the transmission fluid comes and feeds in via thermostat. I'll show that to you here in a minute, via thermostat. So when it hits a certain temperature, it comes up, sends fluid up to this radiator, and obviously works to cool it down. Let's jump right into the numbers. With the transmission cooler now installed, I'm seeing temperatures about 190. That was on a 100-mile loop, about a 2-hour drive, all highway, towing my 3,000-pound camper, okay? This thing kicks in about 180, okay? It's got a thermostat on it. Once it heats up to about 180 degrees, it opens up and allows that fluid to flow to that radiator, as I mentioned, as I showed, keeping my temperatures about that 190 towing on that 100-mile loop that I tested it with. Now, by comparison to last year, I towed this same camper with the same truck. 240 degrees is about what I saw max going up to Maine, towing about across upstate New York, and quite a bit of a difference. We're talking about a 50-degree temperature swing so far, right? Now, certain variables weren't the exact same. Ultimately, huge improvement. Now, if you look at the tranny fluid temperature, the breakdown of these things, right? I'm using a Valvoline synthetic tranny fluid. It meets the Toyota WS standards. Again, I did another video on it. To each their own on what you ultimately decide to go with. Initially, my plan was for this truck was to use that S4, S5, locking the gear ratios in those lower transmission gears, right? And then changing the fluid more frequently. After some back and forth, reading about it, researching it online, with some upcoming big trips into the mountains, towing again, I decided to go ahead and add one, see what would happen with it. It's about a $400 add-on. It's all Toyota parts. And so I'm not going to go into the exact how-to in this video. I'm going to give you kind of a quick overview. I will link in the description an awesome YouTube video that a fellow guy did. Awesome, super detailed. I can't do any better than he did. Again, talking about that temperature swing though, 50 degrees, it's hard to argue that. No question that's going to be better long life for this truck and this transmission. So let's get into the how-to a little bit closer, show you what I did, and go from there. All right, guys, so underneath the truck here, we got the transmission pan, right? Right up here on the passenger side, you've got a heat exchanger that is used to help heat the transmission, certainly in the wintertime, right, where you got fluid that exchanges and helps to heat that up a little faster. Right behind there, you can see is a thermostat where you see you got these two white lines. Basically, that's help for heat wrap and helping to protect that transmission line. That's a rubber hose, Toyota parts here, okay? I'll put all the model numbers down below so you know what you're getting into. But you're basically plugging in that thermostat to the side of this transmission housing. There's 3 bolts that hold this piece on. Pretty easy to get to, pretty easy to pull off, especially if you are not in the rust belt. And what you're doing here, you're installing that new thermostat back behind it at 180 degrees. That thing is opening up and sending your fluid through those white hoses, right? Those rubber white hoses, and sending it to the front of the transmission where it hits that small radiator and works to cool it. All right, coming off the thermostat is your hard lines, right? And they hit a factory mounting location. Your hard lines attach right here on the top of your oil pan housing, right? See that? Right at the top of your oil pan housing. And then that hard tranny line then goes to the front of the truck where it attaches at the alternator bracket, which I'll show you here in a second. But basically, you're threading that hard lines through the back, through this, on the upside of this cross member, where then you feed up and around, all the way feeding all the way up to the front. Looking from the front of the truck, this is my, right, the front of the truck, got the skid plate off. Up here, underneath here, is the actual alternator. You can kind of see my laser pointer there. There's another location, factory location, off the alternator housing where that second transmission, the hard line, connects up. From there, you can kind of see here on my obviously laser pointer here, where those hard lines hit another rubber line. These are a 3/8 inch rubber line into that radiator, that Hayden radiator on the front of the truck. In this case, I'm using all factory Toyota clamps, right? All factory Toyota clamps there that make it very easy for the install. Again, I'll put links down below. All right, so going back up here to the top, there's that side of that radiator, right, that I added on. This is the top fitting that feeds back into the transmission, right? That's the cooled fluid that's returning back to the transmission. And that just feeds up through that kind of that wind flap there on the front. You drill 2 holes and feed that 3/8 inch rubber line through there. All right, guys, coming over to my work truck here. This is a 19 Tundra. It does not have any transmission cooler in it at all. You kind of see down in here, everything's pretty wide open. See if I can get a shot through the grill here. Not much in there, right? On the highway with this thing not towing, I'm running about 210 degree temperature on this transmission, okay? Certainly with towing, I would imagine I'm not towing as heavy a loads on this truck typically, or not hauling a camper with this truck, but some lighter loads, utility trailer type stuff with some equipment. This thing runs 220s, 230s, low 230s on just typical flat highway speeds. This truck has a larger tire size on it, one size up. This is a 265 70/18 tire, which is one size larger, okay? I think adds to maybe some of the strain on the tranny, right? You're running a little bit more weight on those tires and obviously spinning at a different RPM through your gear ratios and all that kind of stuff, right? Versus my green truck, again, as talked about in previous videos, is running just a stock tire size. And I did that specifically for towing, keeping my power band high when towing, keeping some of the tranny cooler temperatures down as well. But again, coming back to the work truck, 210 running without anything towing is pretty typical what I'm seeing on the highway. If I'm towing 220s, low 230s at max, going up some light hills. All right, guys, so to wrap this video up, look, 50 degree temperature swing is nothing to dismiss. I think that is a huge improvement, one that I think is money well spent. Again, $400 or $500, you can get these parts a la carte. There are some companies out there that are making these a full kit. If I had to go back and research this, would I consider that full kit at $1,000? Maybe. Some of that stuff, it did take me a little bit to track down all the parts. You do have to do your kind of own research on tracking everything down. I'll put a link down. It worked for my 21 Tundra, so I believe it'll work for you. But tracking down some of the bolts, ordering all those a la carte through Toyota dealers is a bit of a pain in the butt. So I get it. For the $1,000, is that worth it? That's going to be up to you. That's a little bit subjective. I was able to save roughly half that cost. Again, spending about $400 or $500 on this setup on this truck. I think it's worth it. I think you should do it. If it's not in your wheelhouse, as I mentioned earlier, again, use the S4, use the S5, change your transmission fluid more frequently to keep this thing, if you're trying to keep your truck long-term or you're towing frequently, keep your maintenance up, keep your fluid changed out. And I think this will go a long time, but for me, I decided ultimately this was the way I wanted to go. And stay tuned, like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. I will report back after a summer of towing with this truck. Again, I've got some mountain excursions planned with it, towing into higher elevations. We'll see how this thing performs. I will report back in a later video, but hope this helps you guys out. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.